In this R basic series, today we will install packages and learn how to use them. I will show you some example of packages and how to work and how to learn to working with these packages. What is package? Package is actually a bundle of functions, data, and documentation. So every time you want to run a function, you don't need to write a function from scratch by yourself. You can just load the package and use the function within it. Let's start with installing the first package. If you want to install a package, you need to write install.packages in the parentheses, and in the double quote, you need to write the name of the package. The first package is package. This is a very useful package for learning the basics of R programming. This is a tutorial. There are many tasks and assignments that you need to work out, then pass each of its courses and reach the ends of it. So let's just open it. Library. If you want to load a package, you need to write library, and after that, write S. So it is now running. So we need to write this to run the package, and here it wants my name. So then you can go, and there are two category here. So if you want to learn R programming, go to the first one and try to learn from 1 to 15. As I said, there are many assignments and tasks that you need to do to completely learn all of this. I think that this tutorial is very, very useful, and I really suggest to do this, because if you want to learn the basics, I know that there are many videos on the YouTube, but this is actually one of the best courses that you can use. And even if you want to get a certificate from this, you can go to the Coursera and go to the SVL, just search it on the internet, SVL and Coursera, something like that, and see how you can enroll in that course and get a certificate from that. The next, every time if you want to exit from package, you just need to press escape. That's it. The next package is ggplot2. There are many packages for visualization, and most of them fall into the tidyr package. It's very useful package, and many of the articles nowadays are using this package to create some interesting plots. So let's install it. Install.package, and then here write ggplot2. ggplot2. Because I have already installed this, this is come up, so I just click on yes to install it again. So it is installed. So now we need to load this by writing library and then ggplot2. It is now finished. As you can see here, successfully unpacked and the other things. So we are now running this. To see what is ggplot, we can write a question mark and then ggplot2. Here is the help of ggplot2. Go to its URL, to its link. It's a GitHub link. Here is the best place that you can get many information and how to work with it. And this is all the graphs that you can use and create by the tidyverse and ggplot2. As you can see, there are many interactive, interesting plots. You don't need to learn all of them. If you want to just, I know that many of you know how to create graphs by some other mostly user-friendly software, but every time you want to do such tasks from now on, you can see how you can create these kinds of plots and graphs in R programming other than the other software. Let's going back. Here is the usage. You need to write the ggplot and then supply a dataset or your data, and then aesthetic mapping by writing as and then put the things in the parentheses. As you can see, this is a scatter plot, and we are going to just doing the same things in this video. If you want to um, create such graphs, you can go here and copy and paste this. Here is your data. You need to change it in ggplot to you have a data that you can practice with it, and that is empty cars. This is the empty cars data. Let's just review some function from the previous video. You can write view empty cars to see it. So this is the empty car data. To see what is the data structure of empty car, you can write class empty cars. This is a data frame, and also you can get a head from it, empty cars, to see what's in the, for example, row names and what's in the columns. Or you can just go in here and see them. So as you can see here, there are some observation or subjects here, which are the models of different cars, and here are the variable in the columns. And the variable types, all of them are integer, are numbers, they are not character. And as you can see here, for example, this is the number of gear, this is the weight, maybe this is the distance, number of cylinder, and mile per gallon. So if you want to do the same things, we need to put two of these variable in our x and y axis and see if there is a correlation between them or not. So let's do it with, for example, weight and mile per gallon. We need to change this to empty cars, and here for weight, mpg, and also we can classify them by color, and for example we can put cylinder here. Okay, so let's see. This is our graph, so it's a very good graph showing a strong negative correlation, as you can see here. And also we can see another correlation between the number of cylinder. As you can see, there are the darker dots are in the above part of the graph, and the pale one are in the bottom. So as you can see here, the more the weight of the car is, the more it's required, the more fuel it's required to passing one mile. So you can do many things with GraphPath, and this is just one of the example that you can do. For example, for a normal distribution, you can use histogram to say we have a variable called d, or maybe test the norm, and here's a r norm. Um, Norm. When we write our norm, it gives us a set of data or numbers that have a normal distribution. And here we need to assign which number and from what to what. For example, we can say from 1 to 1001. And then we need to assign the mean and ST of this. So the mean is, for example, 150, and the standard deviation is 40. Very good. So here we can ggplot, and then we need to, this is the name of our data, and OS is this one. Okay. And now we want to create a histogram, so we need to geom histogram. That's it. With bin white of 10. And also we can add a label to it by writing labs, open the parentheses, title is, for example, normal, and mean is 150, and SD is 40. And also we can assign the label for X and Y. So XX, for example, X, put it in this, okay. And Y or Y is count, COUNT. What's the problem? Title, title, title. ggplot, test norm. Let's read it. Okay. Data as dot data dot frame. You need to convert it to a data frame. So I think that now it's working. Yeah, it's working. But for creating histogram, we need to give a data frame to create such histogram. These were two examples of how to use ggplot and how to learn to do this. I know that ggplot is a very diverse package, and this is not going to be covered in just one introduction video. If you want to learn more, you can search on the internet to see how to create other plots by using ggplot. But as I said, just try to do it whenever you want to do your task. For example, if you have a presentation or you need to report something, it's better to use R programming in that situation. But it's not going to be a very practical way to just trying to learn all the packages and all the things in the packets, because you easily forget all of them. The best way is just to try to learn this package while you are doing something. So some packages are categorized in specific repositories. For example, most bioinformatics packages are in bioconductor. So before installing those packages, you need to install a bioconductor package, but its name is BioC Manager. So you need to write install.package packages, and here BioC Manager. I think that M is capital and B is capital. And after installing this, because I have installed this before, I'm not going to install it again. You need to install, for example, one of the packets. I want to install BioMart. So you need to write BioC Manager and then install. And here you need to write BioMart. Okay. So how to learn, for example, this new package? First, you need to know what is BioMart. Let's BioMart. So this is a tool that you can extract data, for example, from a set of genes. There are many data in a genes. For example, the transcription start site, the end of the protein coding parts, the start of the protein coding parts. So let's go into the BioMart and see how it works. We need to go into the BioMart data mining tools. Here we need to choose a database, ensemble genes 115, and here we need to choose a data set. We need a human, and we usually use HG38, human reference genome. Then in the filter part, we need to add our genes. Here we need to input our genes. Here we can ask ChatGPT to give us a list of, for example, 100 genes. Give me a list of 100 genes, human genes, gene names in a CSV file. Here the list of origins. Let's download it. Start on play. Okay. Now we need to put it here. Let's see it. Okay. So let's put it here. Its website is a little slow, so working with RStudio is very better. And here we need to identify that what we are giving to this. This is gene names. And after that, we need to go to the attributes. And this is the part and the data that we want to extract. We need to identify which of these we want. For example, the gene start, the gene end, the strand, the chromosome, the transcriptional start, the transcription start site. And also the gene name, the gene name. These and gene name. So then we can go to the dataset. No, we don't want additional dataset. We can go to the results. So we can choose, for example, GZ file, a TSP file, and then download it. These are the things that we want, and this is a text file, but we can then convert it to a CSV file. Let's do it in R programming. So first we need to load the package bio. Okay. It is loaded. Now bio. So two question mark search for you or search on the internet. This is the search result, and we need this one. We need to see what we need to do with this package. Just like its website, that we choose a database and then a dataset. Here we also need to do the same things. So after loading this, we just need to copy this. This is the database and this is the data set. But you can give a list of the database and data set by writing, for example, list ensemble. And here you can see all of the ensembles. So we choose this one, and also for data set, we can use this. For example, if you run it without a data set, we can get the list, or yes, the list of this data set. This is the list of data set, and here we need the human data set. We need to go to the H, E, F, G here. That's it. Then assign, identify the data sets. Data set is this, and okay. After this, we need to get the query. Just the same as the website, we need to say what attributes we want. And also we need to identify what is our input. Let's load our input. So for doing that, we need to set a work directory. Set wd. And here, let's this is the list of genes. So let's copy it in d. Well, okay. wd. For example, genes or our data or gene list. Gene lists is read.csv because this is a CSV file, and we need to locate this human gene list. That's it. Gene list. This is our gene list, and we want to, as I said, do the same things. Just we can go in here. By reading the instruction, we can easily do the same things. And every time you face a problem, you can just search it on the internet or ask from AIs. We need to now get PM this function. We need this function, so let's going to its example. Here, that's it. We can easily copy this and paste it here. Coordinate is this get PM attributes. Here we need to identify the attributes. For doing that, we can ensemble and then add. So we can go into the ensemble and find them manually. This is the attributes. We need, for example, ensemble gene ID. Okay. We need the start position, for example, the chromosome name. Start position or transcript start is better. And transcription end. And in filter, get the filter list by going to the filters and here, copy and paste it here. So here is the filters and we have gene name. So we want to see which one is gene name. Or we can write name, it's better. Chromosome name, gene name, that's it, external gene name. In filter part, we need to replace this. And our value is, this is our data. So our data is gene lists. And that's it. Okay, let's see. It is extracting the data for us. And in this way, there is no limitation. As you can see here in the filters, there is just, we could only input 500 genes, but here you can input as much gene as you want. So this is our file. Then we can get a CSV file from this data. This is the ensemble gene ID, the chromosome name, the transcription start and transcription end. We can also add a gene name. So we can external gene name. I can add this at the first page. Okay. Okay, here we have our gene name, our ensemble ID, the chromosome name. We can also exclude these and only get this chromosome name, for example, numbers, and only those that have X, Y, or mitochondrial chromosomes. That was a bioinformatic package, and I showed how to use its instruction to use that package. There are some other packages that you need to know. For example, the uh, dplyr library and the stringr. These are very useful. This is a very good package for manipulating data in your data frame. So you can add columns or remove some columns, or also manipulate the rows or the data in, for example, a specific row name and a specific column names. I think that if you want to learn this, the best way is to go to SVL and just follow all the courses here, because the assignment and the task in SPL is very perfect for learning the basic package of R. There are many other basic packages that I have listed them in the description part. If you want to learn them, just try to read the instruction and practice with some example or with some data. R is very diverse and very big tools. Next time you are working on a new project and face something that you can do with the software, you can search on the internet to see if there is an R package for that task. If you want to run a statistical test using user-friendly software like GraphPad, try doing those statistical tests in R. See which packages you need. You can also ask AI. They are very helpful here. And then apply and run the test in R. Because I think this is the best way you can learn R, since you have already have some knowledge of that things. To say you are doing a statistical test, or to say you are creating a table. But in R programming, the tables are very interactive, and it's very interesting nowadays, especially if you report those tables in your work. This could show that you also know some R programming and these new tools. I think that's enough for this video. See you in the next video.